How y'all doing? This is my nightly vlog. Just some thoughts I had on my mind tonight. Man, how was y'all day, man? I just got off from this little painting job or whatever, man. We out here, man, Just came back from the little 7-Eleven, man. Give me a couple drinks, man, some chips. Just taking it easy, though. Man, this is what I did have on my mind, though, man. How do we build ourselves back up after we have to start over? Just some tips for everybody, man, that's just, something to think about. The first thing you got to do to build yourself back up is you have to come up with a plan. You got to get into a new routine. Like you just lost your job or whatever going on, right? Your whole routine is going to change. Now you don't have to go to a job. What could you be doing for the hours that you was working? Maybe you can start going back to school. Maybe do an online course. Maybe you can invest maybe an hour or two to work out a day. Maybe you can start trying to figure out how you can make some money online. Maybe it's all different types of ways. But the first thing you got to do is come up with a routine. I'm just going to give you my example. I wake up in the morning about 5:30, 6 at the latest. I get my praying for about 20, 30 minutes. I try to read my Bible for about a little Bible app joint for like about 15, 20 minutes. I get up, I chill, might eat a little fruit, try to go for my little walk. I don't drink no coffee till I get back. Probably relax for like 10, 15 minutes, go out, get my little mile walk, mile and a half walk, come back, give me a nice big, cup of coffee, black coffee, chill for a minute, probably catch up on some news or catch up on a little Facebook, see what's going on in the world. Next thing, I start trying to make some little video ideas, start trying to edit, start trying to, maybe start contacting a couple family members, friends that I like to, conversate with and just build, though. Like I say, the next thing you got to do, you got to understand that everything in life go through cycles, man. And this is what I had to learn. Just like right now it's starting to get cold, like, a few months ago it was hot. It was the summer, Everything in life go through cycles, man. Every chapter is not the whole book, You can have a bad chapter in the book, but if you stop reading the chapter and just put the book down, then guess what? You might have had one of the best books ever written, but you never got through it because you went through a bad chapter and decided to put it away. Nah, man. Like I say, I'm going through somewhat of not even so much of a bad chapter because I've been wanting to make a change anyway to start trying to do something else, start trying to take this YouTube thing a little more serious, start trying to, maybe invest in a little company or whatever, trying to figure out what's the market's going with the little Bitcoin, just looking into different things. But I was spending a lot of time, worthless hours, going to work, and it just wasn't paying off. Like, then they had downsized the little company, so a lot of people went to part-time. Like, used to getting 40 hours, now you're getting 20, 25. Like, man, it just wasn't worth it. Like, it wasn't worth the headache, it wasn't worth the stress, it wasn't worth any of it. But like I say, I just be thinking, like, and I just got to thinking, like, damn, how can my story help some people that's going through it, right? First thing, you also got to know, just because you having a rough season doesn't mean you're going to have a rough life. A lot of people getting laid off their jobs. I heard, like, I got a lot of my lower viewers is older, 50 and up, some of them. I know it's rough when you got to start a brand new job when you're in your 50s and you just got laid off. You can put 20-something years in a company and they just let you go with maybe a little severance pay, maybe 3-4 months of severance pay. Maybe if you're lucky, you might get 6 months. But guess what? You got bills, you got, expenses, you got medical bills and stuff. You got, family and school, whatever going on. Now you got to start over. Now you got to go on this LinkedIn, or you got to go try to build an Indeed account, do all these interviews. Ain't nobody really hiring now. They want to get you some bullshit job at a McDonald's or something just to try to, make it. And you got to humble yourself enough to try to go do it. But you then came from making maybe, let's say, $80,000 a year. Now you got to go back to making $25,000 a year, if that, $20,000, and get treated like shit. Nah, man. That's why I say the world is backwards. I know. That's why I be telling people, try to build your brand, try to build your connections, try to build your whole infrastructure. That's why I say my goal in the next couple years, maybe I would say maybe a year and a half, 2 years, I'm not trying to work no more. I'm trying to have me a couple businesses going, little vending machines, other little shit, man, because I can't do this shit, man. I can't be somewhere where somebody got that much control over me to where they don't like you, so now they can cut your hours, or they can, oh man, we gonna make sure he don't make no money, or all the type of hating shit, bro. I'm not on that, man. I'm on some different type of timing, man. And by losing my job, it made me realize that now, guess what? My next move gonna be my best move. I'm not going to just settle for anything. I settled too long where I was at. Like I had 13 years. I should have left that shit like probably about 8 years at the most, because there wasn't no growth for him. But I'm like, damn, I'm making a little bit of money doing this shit. It's cool. It ain't that far from my house, man. It's like, it's just chill. But I think to myself, what if I would have took that 5 years or 4 years, investing in a couple businesses, man? Maybe took one of my tax checks, man, and bought a vending machine and started trying to do a little something, or maybe putting a little money to the side for a little t-shirt cup, whatever. Like, we waste so much of our time with the dumb shit, man. Like, so I get it though, man. Like, when people going through stuff, just know that, man, things ain't gonna always be hard. I know my video gonna resonate with some people because, like I say, a couple business people that reached out to me through other little, not YouTube, but maybe little TikTok and little other things, man, and told me, like, damn, you know what, man? Man, listen to you, man. It helps me, man, when I'm going through my little problems and stuff, man. It make me want to think a little different. I say, man, I'm telling you, man, you don't want to get to a point where you working a job so long that when you want to leave, you can't leave. It's like, that's like a form of slavery, man. It's like, man, we gonna give you, yes, sir, boss, no, sir, boss, and all that shit, man. It's more to life than that shit. It's gotta be, man. So I just sit back and just reflect that. That's why I say I had my little nightly vlog. This shit like my therapy kind of, man. Cause like I say, man, this month is National Men's Health Month. A lot of men like scoff at that shit, like, oh man, I ain't got no problems, man. A lot of men go through a lot, man. A lot of men going through a lot of anger, a lot of self-regrets, a lot of childhood traumas, a lot of all kinds of stuff, man. And I just really made this channel when I first started, like I say, just to build with other brothers and sisters. Because, like I say, I also got a decent enough sized female fan base. And the struggles that men go through, women go through similar struggles. It ain't the same, but it's different. But the struggle's the struggle. When you living in America, you're gonna have struggles. Like, this country, the way it's going, everybody's going through stuff right now. Not just the blacks, not just some of the whites. You got the migrants. You got food shortages, man. You got EBTs going down. Like, state saying, there's a lot going on. So that's why I say, man, y'all be easy, man. When y'all moving around out here, holidays coming, Christmas is right around the corner. When y'all go shopping for y'all kids or your family or your significant other, make sure y'all be easy, man. When you go places, try to go with somebody. Like, don't try to really go at night if you a female. Just be always mindful that, man, when the wolf's hungry, man, the wolf gonna eat, man. Just be cool. And as always, man, I appreciate all the love and support, man. Y'all tap in, man. Like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna get it up with y'all, man.